You know those corners of your home that you hope nobody ever gets to see? Well, today I'm gonna open those doors. I have to say that I'm feeling a little bit vulnerable because these are the spaces that we don't typically show on video, but that are existing in homes, and I desperately need to declutter them. And the problem with big houses is that the more space you have, the more stuff you tend to accumulate, because you have the space and there is no imminent need to minimize and get rid of stuff, because if you're living in a small space, you have a lot less stuff. So that's always a good reminder, especially in January, to go through those embarrassing spaces and declutter. And today I'm going to take you along and make myself very vulnerable, but honest and authentic. So this is what an attic in an old house may look like. I have an embarrassingly big collection of cookbooks, and honestly, I probably just need to get rid of 90% of them because I don't ever look at them. There are some that have some sentimental value. And then there's some seasonal clothes back here that I just need to donate and get rid of them and just be done with it. And then there are some other things down here, some boxes, and I'm going to pull them out because I have no room to move in here, and I need to actually, I want to make a good job. So I'm going to pull them out in the bedroom and deal with them over there. Okay. I pulled out about 2/3 of the books that I have, and I am so embarrassed. But the thing is, when you hide them in the attic, you just don't see them, and then you get another cookbook and you don't have space for it, so you just might as well put it right there, and then you don't deal with it because it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. But this is really, I'm very embarrassed. So I'm gonna do a very quick go through to see if there's anything that I want to keep for sentimental reasons, because maybe it's a trip that I took with somebody and this is a memory of that trip. However, oftentimes people who do professional decluttering recommend that you keep the memory but not the stuff. So I'm going to try to see how well I do with that. And I have some boxes here, some tape, and then this also obviously needs to go, and then I have some paper trash over here. The Art of Fermentation, that's a keeper. But for the rest of the books, I really need to have a very quick and intuitive approach rather than looking at them for too long, because if you look at them for too long, your intellect kicks in, and I want to make this basically gut decisions, subconscious decisions, goes, stays, no keep, to actually get through this pile. I have this box that's not quite full. I have a full one down here and I have two over there, and I'm almost too embarrassed to post this video, but I think I will. There are some books that I'm going to keep, and this one I have to keep because it is a German whole grain baking book that I got when I was 14 years old. And this is kind of like how everything started, my channel, not really my channel, but I think the seeds were already planted with this and my interest in baking, my interest in real food and making food healthy. So I'm definitely gonna keep that. And then there's some other ones over here that either I will keep for sure or have a second look and then see if I'm gonna actually keep them. However, this is what can slow the process down, because you're looking at things, you're going, oh my gosh, and then you start flipping through the pages, and you have to be really disciplined, I can tell you from my own experience. So I'm just going to keep going for a little bit until I have this box full. And I don't even know if my local thrift store will take all of these books. I mean, these boxes are extremely heavy. They couldn't be any bigger, and that's why they make them so small, because books are heavy when you pack them. So I'll have to check out my local thrift store and see if they even take those books, and what am I going to do if they don't? I love big houses for all the space they offer, especially old houses often have all these nooks and crannies and attics and extra spaces everywhere. But those are basically invitations to store stuff. And I'm going to dig into this area back there that I haven't looked into in way too long and see what's hiding back there. I know it's going to be embarrassing, but I'm going to share it anyways. There's a bunch of children's books back there, and I'm going to have to go through them just like my cookbooks and figure out which ones are worth saving and which ones need to find another home. You know this is bad when this box actually has a German label, which means this is a box I brought when I moved here from Germany. Ay. Aren't these cute children's mittens? Now, this is the problem. You look at something, you go, oh my gosh, it's so cute, and I want to save it. And I'm going to have to go through this really ruthlessly and only save those items because those mittens, yes, they're cute, but they were for my sons. Are they worth saving? Probably not. So I need to create a pile. And then I've got a bunch of diapers that are great for cheesecloths. So let's see. Yeah, they're super. This is how we used to do diapers way back when. I mean, I'm not that old, but I kind of like the old-fashioned way. But these are really nice because they're great for cheesecloths and they don't let a whole bunch through. So I'm going to put those over here. Save. The other ones are just gonna have to go. Yes, they make great rags for things, but I have a lot of rags already. A few videos ago, I made a video about another area to declutter. Oh, I have more mittens and even smaller and cuter. Little socks. Okay, so focus here. There's more clothes. All right, let's see if I can make this. And then I've got these really nice cotton. I may keep one or two just because they make really good rags, and it's a cotton flannel, which is very nice. I like that. There's always something you can do with that. 1, 2, no more Anya. That's it. So let's see if I can. Suspenders, really cute. Oh, this is just packing paper. And then a really cute little, what do you call that? It's not even a beanie. You know what? I think I might save that. I'm not going to get rid of all of the baby clothes because I am hoping I will be a grandmother. And then little undershirts, but again, okay. Focus. Isn't this all right? This one is already a hand-me-down from my little brother when he was little, and this is so darn cute that I'll keep it. It will make my mom really happy. And then cute. Everything is really cute in here. I don't even know if people use these kind of jumpers. Is that what you call it in English these days anymore? Those ones are really old from my younger brother. Let's see. Here is, this is also something that my little brother wore. So just for that sake, I'm gonna keep it. He would have been really happy to put it on his own kids when they were little, but I didn't know I still had it. And then this I might keep because this is so cute with the little dots. All right, I'm gonna have to limit myself. Here's something that somebody knitted once, but you know what? And it's reversible. I am gonna not keep it. And this is something that I made. So we're saving. I know there's a few things in here. There's a lot of things in here that I haven't seen in ages, and I have no memory, no recollection of that being ever. That one also. Okay, we're getting close to the limit. So these things, I'm gonna hold them up to the camera. Those were really what we put infants in, like real infants, like when they were just newborns. I don't think that anybody uses that anymore these days. Everything is just a little bit different. This is Chew Pink and little, very cute. Very cute. This one also looked really cute. I'll save that. Let's see. This belonged with each other. That was from a friend of mine. She gave to me when my oldest was just born. All of this will make somebody else happy. We're just gonna say that. Cute, but no. I might save this. I'll put it in the save pile just because it was so cute. Even on a boy, it looked so darling. This sort of raspberry color, and then with a dark shirt. That was really cute. And then this one, I can't remember who made this, but it's handmade. And I'm very surprised that I don't have any moss in any of this. So I think this is the pile I'm gonna keep. Thing wants to fall in there. Let's see if there's anything else here. Nope, cute, but that's gonna go. All right, so this was a quick one, and I haven't timed it, but I can tell on the clock on my camera that we're not even 8 minutes. So this is how long it takes. And oftentimes I procrastinate around these things. I'm like, oh, this is going to take so much time. But then once I start doing it, it's actually not so bad. So I'm going to keep going and see what I can find there. And then here I have a ton of fabric. You already know that I am a bit of a fabric hamster, and I'm just going to be really brutally honest with me. No, I don't think I'm going to need all these fabric scraps. So they're going to go. And then I got some curtain panels that I don't think I need either. So they get to go to a new home.